In this video, I'm gonna be explaining, well, more like yapping, why homosexuality is wrong. Biology version. Core 1. Healthy fat deposits. Men are naturally drawn and attracted to healthy fat deposits. These are being breast, hips, thighs, and butts. Essentially justifying why many men are attracted to Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj. But note, based on Klein's research, sexuality can be changed over time. It's not that hard to understand. But it's fluid, right? Well, that doesn't diminish my point, because my message, it is stated, men are naturally drawn to healthy fat deposits. And, well, not obviously not all, but 99% are. And also, I want you to know, females have evolved to have an ability to be able to detect and straight up smell MHC genes. It's true. Females, particularly during ovulation, often prefer the scent of males, particularly during ovulation. Often, often prefer the genes that promotes genetic diversity in offspring for better immunity. By the way, I am not exactly sure if this is what it stands for, but MHC stands for Major Histocompatibility Complex. If I pronounce that wrong, then I'm wrong. Anyway, Core 2. Men are without a doubt magnetized to breast, specifically those in larger sizes, due to evolutionary stuffs. Anyway, so countless of years, which shouts, these traits, these traits of us are evolved in countless of years with our bodies specifically made. Well, alright, so, sorry. If you're not comfortable of me using the word made because it invites religious and just straight up divine intervention, then I'm not gonna use it. So, evolved. Let's replace made with evolved. So, these are traits of us that are evolved to countless of years, which shouts that our bodies are specifically evolved, designed, constructed to be intertwined to our opposite sex. Plus, your dang anus is not even a reproductive organ, it's a digestive organ that so happen to have a bunch of nerves in them. And also, you may say, oh, what about animals who are gay in the animal kingdom? Well, just because there's gayness in the animal kingdom, it doesn't mean my message is wrong. I do admit my dog is gay. I repeat, my dog is gay. That's right. My dog is gay. Because not too long ago, well actually every dang day I see my dog humping his fellow male dog. Like bruh, these guys are doing it privately and publicly. Anyway, jokes aside, like jokes aside. So, what does that mean? My dog is gay. He is humping his fellow male dog, who who also kinda does the same thing to him. But anyway, does that mean it's correct? Does that mean that homosexuality is right because it happens in the animal kingdom? Well, does the anus of the dog he was humping evolved to get evolved to get penetrated? No, of course. Now I want you to take a look at a reproductive organ of a male, and now look at a reproductive organ of a female. As you can see, the penis is shaped to go inside a vagina. Now the vagina is designed to let the penis go inside and give birth. There's the reason why heterosexuality makes sense. It's due to our own bodies being evolved to have intercourse to one another. Alright, so core 1 and 2 are done. Let's proceed to core 3. Let's proceed to core 3. In my observation, you can actually develop homosexual attractions, thus debunking and opposing the idea that homosexuality is kind of like inbuilt system in your orientation. But anyway, how you may ask, how can I explain this? You may ask. For example, in my previous video regarding on unnecessary fan services in animes, I stated since many people nowadays are watching anime, it means more women are also watching animes, specifically shonen genre, and that's turning them into lesbians, or maybe bisexual, or maybe any form of homosexual tendencies. It's simply because since anime is primarily getting discovered at the age of, teenage years. I watched Naruto when I was 14 something. Anyway, so teenage years. Teenagers are still children, right? Like let's accept that teenagers are children, including me. It means they are still fragile, continuing to develop every day. This is what my parents have been kind of like stating, and just straight up say every time we have like discussions regarding on social issues. Anyway, now, so children's, they are still fragile, continuing to develop every day. Brain is not even 100% developed, thus making them vulnerable to very influential things, and those can alter their view on life. Now I want you to picture this. Teenage girls kept on watching and absorbing all of these over-sexualized female anime characters and maintaining this routine for many years to come. Now, while living in a sedentary lifestyle with minimal social interaction, so throughout the years of them consuming, watching, and witnessing these over-sexualized anime female characters, don't you think at least some of them actually develop some forms of homosexual attractions? And there are actual people that I want to example for this. Anyway, so for example, on the comment section of a popular Chinese application titled Bilibili, a comment I once saw said something regarding on, I don't really remember the scenes, the sentences, but I do remember a girl saying she is a lesbian because of One Piece, and 14 replies of, I believed, females as well, saying the same thing. They either say, same here, or relatable, etc., and so on. And how did she become a lesbian? Exactly. I mean, that's just One Piece, right? One Piece is an anime. How does she become a lesbian because of it? Like, how exactly? Well, look up and search up One Piece. That's all I'm going to say. That's core 3, by the way. Core 4. Research suggests that certain components in sperm may contain some kind of mood boosting effects for females, including hormones and chemicals like serotonin and prostaglandins. I don't remember the exact word, but I mean hormone, but you get the point. Just Google it. Anyway, so these compounds are promoting mood and emotional well being in a very direct way. I do have to note, I'm not saying I'm not saying don't go to the therapist or um, and this doesn't mean I'm disproving good relationships and overall healthy marriage or intimacy. All right, I'm just saying an explanation anyway. So still, feel like if you feel some kind of negativeness, I'm not saying that you should just go ahead and not go to the doctor and resort to this anyway. So secondly, a female's voice a female's voice can directly influence a male's nervous system, promoting relaxation and lowering stress for males. And as you can see, I mean, as you can hear, I have been using the word male and female because I am sure some of y'all could apply that to trans men and trans women as well. But I'm isolating this to male and female specifically. Anyway, so a female's voice can directly influence a male's nervous system, promoting relaxation and lowering stress levels. Research from the University of Wisconsin-Madison has shown that hearing a female's voice can rate and ease the anxiety. This response is believed to be triggered by certain vocal qualities that naturally calm the brain. Obviously, if you're sick and tired by your wife's voice nagging, nagging endlessly, most likely you're desensitized. Anyway, so core 5, anal hanky panky. Male anus penetration can cause incontinence and micro tears in the tissue of the anus. And do remember, homosexual couples are at a higher chance to get HIVs because unlike vagina, which has thick layered tissue specifically designed for protection against friction when the penis enters, the rectum, being a digestive organ, is lined up with a thin single layer columnar epithelial cells. Anyway, I pronounced that wrong probably, but this tissue is so easy to damage. Male to male hanky panky is just a penis being forcefully put inside a hole where the poo poo comes out. Now, male to male, meanwhile, female to female hanky panky is just two holes being rubbed against and pressed up against each other. That means that our bodies are specifically designed, evolved to have intercourse to our opposite sex. Obviously, nowadays, hanky panky is no longer a reproduction practice. It has evolved into pleasure as well. But that doesn't diminish my point. Anyway, that's all. Alright, I'm struggling to end this video. Alright guys, I have my M24 with me. I believe I'm gonna have some crazy kills tonight.